Hey everyone, so we just got back from our Alberta trip. We were gone last Monday to Monday, this last Monday, and we were in Alberta. We went to Banff area and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. We're back home. Boa's had a good time there. But this week's video is gonna be a little bit shorter. I'm going through my Alberta stuff. We're gonna make a little bit of a vlog video with that. So I'm going through that footage, and then I'm working on another cool project for a film emulation software that I'm gonna be releasing hopefully soon. So in today's video, I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look at 5 tips on how to edit fast. I've been going through a lot of footage from our Alberta trip, and these are 5 edit tips that have helped me to be able to go through a lot of footage quickly and be able to be efficient. So let's get into my computer. I'm gonna show you guys in Resolve. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let's learn some tips on how to edit faster. All right, so welcome to my computer. So the first thing to do when you're editing fast is kind of a given and necessary if you wanted to edit fast. It's learning your keyboard shortcuts. Now, the quickest way to do that in Resolve is just going to keyboard customization here and being able to start clicking around here or using your keyboard to show you what everything stands for. So D tells me that it enables the clip, and it'll show you all the different things that you do by these shortcuts. It's very important to learn them because it saves so much time rather than having to go all the way up here by timeline and then choosing split clip or using these tools like the razor tool by going to B for blade. The second tip here goes along with customizing your keyboard, which is Control-Enter. I use this all the time when I want to append something to the end of the timeline. Now what I mean by here is, let's say for example, I'm editing my timeline. So let's start adding some clips. And then let's say for example, I want to grab another click. Let's get Sarah here with Boaz, and I want to put that at the end of the timeline over here. There's 2 ways I could do this. I could go in, let it play, and then go out, and then grab the clip and drag it to the end, or what I can do is append to timeline. This is a very useful thing in Davinci Resolve, append to end of timeline. As you can see, I've changed mine to Control Return. I forget what it used to be. I think it was Control Shift Alt F12 or something really weird like that. So if it says that, just delete it and change it to Control Enter, or Control Return, which is your Enter key. This is a lot easier to do when you're trying to append something. So for example, if I'm here, I do Control Enter, it's gonna throw that clip to the end of my timeline, and then I can continue editing using these 2 screens. If I wanna add another one, I double click on my screen, I go to the clip I want, for example here, in and out, Control Enter, and that shoots it right to the end of the timeline. As far as Premiere goes, this is something I believe they don't have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the next tool that I'm going to show you here is something that they do have, and it is quite useful in Premiere as well as in Resolve. So the next one here is these 3. This one, which is Insert Clip, Overwrite Clip, and then Replace Clip. These are excellent, excellent tools. Let me show you how they work. I'm gonna delete this and I'm gonna add this nice and long. This is me in the car driving and through the mountains, so that's great. Now, let's say for example, I wanna add this clip in the middle of my timeline. Well, that's what these are for. So I did in and out points, and now I want to insert the clip. Notice that is F9. So I could click F9 in my keyboard, and wherever my playhead is, that's where it's gonna insert it. Now do note that it cut this clip in half and insert it right at the cut. Now this could be useful if you want to insert it. Another use for the insert one would be, let's say you have 2 clips, clip A and clip B, and you want to put something in the middle. You could do one of 2 things. You could either zoom out, highlight everything, move it over. What the insert clip does is it makes this a lot easier to do. Basically, put the playhead where you want to insert it, which would be between these 2 clips, and I'm going to click F9. And just like that, it moves everything over and it inserts it there. Now, the only downside to this is, let's say for example, you have music in the bottom. The only problem here is now if I want to insert something here, what will happen is we'll actually cut the music in half and split it. Take a look. So now we've got music that starts here, stops, and then it continues. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's very easy to fix this situation. All you need to do here is lock the layer that you don't want to be affected. For example, my music, I don't want my music to be affected. Now it'll insert it without touching my music over down here. Another thing, let's say for example, you don't want to insert the audio. You just want to grab the video and you want to insert the video right in there. Let's say for example, it's B-roll and B-roll doesn't require the audio for it. Well, in that case, what you would do is you would remove your audio here. And now by inserting it, you'll notice that it just inserts the video and not the audio clip underneath it. The rest of these tools do basically the same thing, but instead of inserting the clip, it'll overwrite it or replace it. tip number 4 is going to be power bins. Now, power bins is something that I started using recently. What power bins are is basically bins that will go across your database. So my database here is YouTube, then I have wedding, then I have online and local database. So while I'm on YouTube, whatever I put in my power bins will actually be able to be viewed and used through all of these projects. So let's go ahead and take a look at how that works. You'll notice that power bins are not actually active right now. You'll see smart bins. So what you need to do here is go to view and go down to where power bins says. I'm going to remove smart bins because I don't actually use smart bins. The next one I'm going to add is power bins. Now you'll notice that I've added Shift P as one of my shortcuts. This is a custom one. This adds it so that it puts it in and takes it out really quick. Shift P gets rid of it and Shift P puts it back in. Once I'm in there, I've actually added different things in here that I use all the time. For example, you've seen me use light leaks before. These are some light leaks that I've created. I use them in mostly all my videos, so I want to put them in my power bin so I can use them across all my YouTube tutorials. Now do notice that as I drag, let's say for example, my end screen, if I drag that onto the timeline, it's actually going to add that onto my master project. You'll notice that the timeline now and end screen is here. And the last tip to improve your speed when you're editing is using adjustment layers. Now I could do a whole video and I might just do that on adjustment layers because I think they're incredible tools and how you can use them. So I'm going to keep this one nice and quick. Adjustment layers are kind of like your adjustment layer in Premiere Pro, and you can do any of the things that you normally would do on your video clip, but you do it except on a adjustment layer. Now this is helpful for multiple reasons. One, you don't have to copy and paste the settings like you normally would and have to go through these settings. You can just duplicate the adjustment layer and duplicate your settings to a different clip. This is also helpful if you want to do an adjustment across multiple clips. So let's say, for example, I want to make this one zoom and this one zoom. So instead of making this one and keyframing that clip and then keyframing this clip, what I can do is just go to the beginning here, keyframe that, go to the end here, and then keyframe a zoom in. Now, when I play them back, you'll notice that it zooms and continues zooming to the next clip. Now, this is extremely helpful when you're doing complicated things in Fusion. When you do things in Fusion and you apply it right onto a clip, it's unfortunate because then it's hard to duplicate that onto another clip. But if you're doing complicated things on Fusion through an adjustment clip, all you would have to do is grab your adjustment clip, hold Alt and drag it over, and now you have your Fusion clip basically doing the same things to this clip, which is now underneath it. And this is a great tool if you want to improve your speed when you're doing different effects or color grades on your clips. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that video and were able to learn some tips on how to edit faster. Hopefully next week I'll get the Alberta vlog video out. It's a little bit of a longer video, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Also, I wanted to give a big thank you to you guys for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it, and yeah, that's it. It's awesome, and thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week.